From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Dennis Bragg in the Bitterroot Mountains. Researchers say now is the time to start preparing for a low or no snow future.
I'm Joe St. George at the White House. A lot of the government assistance that was passed or implemented during the peak of the pandemic is set to end soon. We tell you what you need to do right now to help your family stay on budget. Coming up.
Good morning, Southwest Montana. 6:30 now. Looks like we've got a little bit of snow on the ground. I'm Ashley Washburn with Chet Lehman. Well, Matt is probably enjoying not having to come in and talk about the weather today.
I think I can hear him snoring.
Yeah.
I'm guessing sleeping in during that much deserved time off. Thanks for filling in and helping us
Absolutely.
out here. Picked a good morning to come in, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's a little brisk out there, folks. And we do have some snow falling in places. That's why National Weather Service putting a winter weather advisory in effect until 5 o'clock this afternoon. Snow will taper off before then, but the visibility and slick roads will be a factor here for the next few hours. Right now, teens is what we're looking at. And this is the warm spot in the state, by the way. It's single digits below in the eastern part of the state. As far as your day goes, once we get through this little snow squall, we're looking at temperatures about where we should be for this time of year. Mid-30s for the Bozeman area under mostly cloudy skies. Skies will start to clear in the Butte area earlier as this system pushes out. We're looking at near 40 degrees in Butte by today, and we could see those temperatures lingering at least for the next couple, Ashley. So I'll take a complete look at road conditions here in Southwest Montana coming up in just a few minutes.
Awesome. Thank you. See you in a bit. Well, with the northern Rockies and the west facing a no or low snow future, researchers hope their work prompts communities and public agencies to begin making plans now to avoid the coming water crisis. MTN's Dennis Braggs brings us part 2 of his special report on Montana snowpack.
The published report from Lawrence Berkeley National Lab researchers suggests no to low snow winters coming in the next 35 to 60 years, based on data showing snowpack loss since 1950 and future projections. The researchers say that will change everything from mountain ecology to the water available hundreds of miles downstream, with different tipping points for each impact.
And that's where some of these model projections are really important and useful for trying to understand what that future looks like, because we don't have a crystal ball. And I think using the models is sort of one of our best approaches to trying to better quantify what that future might look like.
It almost sounds like this is sort of tipping that whole Western assumption on its head. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, if you think about it, the infrastructure in the West was built maybe over 50 years ago under the assumption of a different climate that's just not here anymore. I think the term in the academic community is called climate stationarity. And it's this assumption that the infrastructure was built and is still managed to codes that assume a healthy spring snowmelt pulse each year, and also release strategies associated with that snowmelt pulse.
Additionally, with even a slight warming, the researchers see a greater frequency of the flooding like we've seen in California and British Columbia this fall.
So as that precipitation phase shift occurs and we get more rain instead of snow, we lose our ability to store this really massive amount of water in the mountains throughout the winter.
One of the suggestions is to have humans do what Mother Nature will no longer be able to do, performing the steps to recharge groundwater.
One is managed aquifer recharge, where we're sort of diverting surface water and artificially having it infiltrate into groundwater aquifers.
If you can forecast 7 days out or 5 days out a big atmospheric river event, for example, and your reservoir levels are high enough that you can release some of that water, convey it to a floodplain or maybe an agricultural field, percolate that water into the aquifer, you essentially store that water and you don't lose that water that you're released from the reservoir.
Researchers note even bolder ideas such as underground reservoirs, which could take decades to develop, but they do have hope judging by the reception the study is already getting, saying their whole objective is to spur conversation.
At Berkeley Lab, we're really trying to, push the envelope in terms of filling some of these knowledge gaps and I think encourage some of these partnerships across disciplines and across stakeholder and, scientific engagement.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
It's that time of year where many of us may be looking at our checking accounts. The holidays can get expensive quickly, but the real impact on your wallet may not come until after the new year, when many pandemic-related government programs are set to end. Our Joe St. George taking a closer look at what you should be doing now so you aren't caught off guard next year.
Time is quickly running out on 2021. One thing this year did bring was a lot of government assistance, though. $2,000 stimulus checks were sent out this year. The child tax credit has put anywhere between $1,500 and $1,800 per child in the pockets of parents already. Not to mention, student loan payments were suspended throughout 2021. The Federal Reserve estimates the typical payment is around $393 a month. But the reality is a lot of the government assistance that was passed or implemented during the peak of the pandemic is set to end soon. Stimulus checks have long been spent and no more are coming. The expanded child tax credit expires this month as well. Not to mention, student loan relief is set to expire in January too. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki all but confirming President Biden doesn't plan on extending it.
It expires February 1st, so right now we're just making a range of preparations.
So what should your family do right now to get ready?
You should create a budget, a descriptive budget of your spending patterns.
Mark Kantrowitz is a student loan financial expert. He says it may sound obvious, but tracking your expenses may save you a couple $100 by revealing unnecessary spending patterns, enough to pay for your student loan. Next, he says contact your student loan lender right now to make sure your contact information and bank account is still accurate. And if you're still struggling, you can inquire about financial hardship programs.
Log in now because the end of January, there's going to be a rush of people seeking to call the lender.
One piece of good news is that the Biden administration has enacted several waivers over the course of the last year that now makes it easier for those who have participated in public service to get their student loans forgiven. You still need to have worked for the government or a nonprofit, but before many were denied forgiveness over technicalities.
There have already been reports of borrowers getting not just immediately qualifying for loan forgiveness based on the prior payments, but even getting a refund.
In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.
Oops. Social media has become a gateway for shopping. The ads suck us in, and sometimes you end up with an item that may not even look like what you ordered. Mallory Sophistay has more on how to vet the companies up so social media ads don't get you with our 12 scams of Christmas.
The disappointment with what you receive is one thing, but often consumers report having issues obtaining refunds or are concerned with how the company is now using their personal and payment information. There are the usual suspects: designer handbags at steep discounts. The customer purchased this, but received this. A more unusual example: a shopper bought a wooden National Parks emblem, thinking a portion of their purchase would be donated. This piece of paper glued to styrofoam from China came instead. And sometimes it's just laughable.
Yo! This is the Rainbow Christmas tree! This is our Christmas tree! I ordered off the internet!
Queen Shaydana Hainsworth thought she bought this, the Instagram ad displaying a tree that fits in a living room, not the palm of her hand.
Like, seriously? Like, who is responsible for this?
The company's page is in English, but its contact page is a different language.
Look and make sure there's a privacy policy, there's contact information. You can reach them and look and see what kind of words they use.
Angie Barnett with the Better Business Bureau said shoppers should check for spelling errors, unusual grammar, if they try to convince you the product is real, or advertise unusually low prices.
Most often people fall for these social media sites because of pricing and photos. Don't trust either. Do your research.
But it can be more difficult when it's an everyday item at a typical price, like this consumer who bought 2 outdoor lawn chairs. Except she said the photo wasn't to scale, writing, "What was sent to me isn't anything close to being a chair unless you're a hamster." Barnett also recommends taking screenshots of the product details and how it's advertised.
I want to look at dimensions, fabric, very specific details. So if what I receive does not meet up to that, then I can dispute, and most credit card companies will take it back.
A credit card will give you the best protection when shopping online. PayPal also offers purchase protection. However, in some cases, you'll need to send the item back, and shipping, particularly to a different country, will cost you way more than what you paid for the item. With your 12 scams of Christmas, I'm Mallory Sophistay.